turn it over and he hangs in there and we get a competitive game, and the nightcap should be phenomenal.
Is it possible he could be as bad as Stroud?
No way. No way. Can't see it.
God, I hope
no
not.
way. I mean, I would think a veteran quarterback would know enough to just take a sack. And Peyton has to be drilling it in his head. Don't be the reason we lose. It's okay to punt. Because they're doing it to May every week. After what he's done, It's okay to punt. It's okay. May even said it to the reporter before the game on the sideline. It's okay to punt. It's okay to punt.
I think the biggest indictment of that whole game was that, or the whole situation was that they never went to Davis Mills.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it was so obvious
ridiculous.
They had to do it, and they just never made the move. So I'll answer my own question then.
Totally.
Why is he a backup? I'll say because not all front offices get it right. And we don't have 32 good quarterbacks in the league, and maybe he should be starting somewhere. I mean, we'll find out again what he's going to look like in the biggest game of his career coming up in a couple of days. But
Denver also paid him a lot of money, too.
Yeah, but I would also say, like, how on earth was Russell Wilson a starting quarterback to begin the year, and Jameis Winston was a third stringer on that same team? Make that one make sense.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Why did Fields get 2 for 40?
Another one.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, some of these guys, like Russell Wilson, shouldn't even be in the league anymore. So the conversation of him starting a quarterback needs to be dead. But so they get it wrong a lot too. And I guess landing points where you're going to be, maybe this is going to work out for him because Sean Payton loves to throw the football. Again, that stat that, well, I have a bet coming up on Stidham with the passing game. Bo Nix led the league in passing attempts this year, and we saw it again last week against a team that was abysmal against the run, and they never even tried with Harvey or McLaughlin. It's like, nope, don't care. I know we can run against them if we tried, but I like to pass the ball. It's who I am, and I have an ego, so let's go have some fun today. And I pointed out the other day, don't forget, he's also the same coach to begin a second half in a Super Bowl. Started that half with an onside kick, and they got it.
Yeah, he's got onions.
Oh, absolutely, he does.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised. We saw the Fat Man touchdown last week. By the way, the Bills pulled off a hook and ladder against them. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that out of Sean Payton.
Well, I know he can't come in all gloomy Gus and whatever, but as soon as he announced it, he was just, Stiddy will be great. Stiddy will be fine.
He's ready to go.
I know. Oh, trust me, we're okay.
Okie dokie, Sean.
Yeah, all right.
We will.
I'm sure he would love to boast and say, I told you so afterwards. And he will. No doubt about it. That'd be wild. But I'm with you that he's going to sling it and keep throwing the ball. And get a stubborn coach that doesn't like to run and get away from the run. Right, case in point last week.
How many bets do you have for the weekend?
At that. 10, I think.
Okay.
With the various props and the stuff, a lot of it's with the Caesars quarter stuff, which is very good.
Yeah, we'll run those down coming up. We'll recap last night's bets, get into the weekend as well with our in-pocket plays here, and follow the money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TOUR25 for a limited time and get a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first 2 fill-ups. Cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TOUR25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first 2 tanks. That's code TOUR25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first 2 tanks.
Experience the ultimate pool and watch party at Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens, owner and chief executive officer of Circa Las Vegas, and I want to welcome you to Stadium Swim, your year-round destination for nonstop fun. With 3 levels, 6 pools, and a massive 143-foot screen, catch every game, every season. It's the place to be in Las Vegas. Soak up the sun and party all night, 365 days a year at Stadium Swim. Secure your spot now at CircaLasVegas.com.
When the games are on, so is VEASAN. With in-game betting insights you can actually use. We're live during the action for real-time breakdowns and the best opportunities to hit live bets on all major sports. Our exclusive betting splits update every 5 minutes, so you'll always know where the sharp money's going. And with the VEASAN Watch app, you're never out of range with live analysis following you wherever you go. Ride the action in real time by making VEASAN your second screen and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Dave Ross here, co-host of VEASAN by the Books with my guy Jensen Lewis. Tune in on Monday. We're going to react to the conference championship weekend in the NFL and begin our 2-week-long preview of Super Bowl 60. Plus, we're going to break down the full NBA, NHL, and college basketball slates. As always, joined by our GM, Marty Herney, and get our best bets from the King of Connecticut, Will Hill. VEASAN by the Books, Monday, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern on VEASAN, the Sports Betting Network.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo in the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
Please stand by for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network on the Live 365 Network and the Live 365 app.
Friday nights are hockey nights. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. From the Cavelli Center in downtown Youngstown, Ohio, the United States Hockey League is proud to present regular season game number 39 for your Youngstown Phantoms. Tonight, they take on the United States National Team Development Program's U17 squad. Welcome into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Please be bringing the action this evening on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. Phantoms were last in action on Sunday up in Muskegon, a 2-0 shutout of the Lumberjacks by the Phantoms. No scoring in the first period, no scoring in the second period, no scoring until 4:06 remaining in regulation. That is when Cooper Simpson picked up a loose puck behind the cage, wrapped around to the far side, and beat Carl Axelson for his 21st goal of the season. Ryan Rusinski and Malachi McKinnon with the helpers, 1-0 Phantoms, and then Ricard Zemlichka scores on the empty net with 14 seconds left in the game. His third goal of the season, Malachi McKinnon with the assist. And that is how Youngstown got to their 2-0 win. Tobias Trebel got the shutout, his third of the season. He stopped 25 out of 25, also his league-leading 19th win of the year. Carl Axelson took the loss. He stopped 21 out of 22. Phantom power play was 0 for 2. Muskegon power play was 0 for 5. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the scratch report as well as the starting lineups. You are listening to the pregame show here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Hey, you should clean your car. Nobody wants to put the ring looking like that. Yeah, it's selfish. I think it's actually to head on over to Mr. Magic Car Wash.
Everyone deserves Youngstown's most premier car wash. Head on over to Mr. Magic's 5 neighborhood locations to have this car looking shiny key.
Watchers. Let's face it, what a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
How scared are you guys? How scared are you?
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center during the pregame show. Let's take a look at tonight's scratches, beginning with Team USA. You can scratch number 41, Beck Thorson, and number 51, Trevor Daly. For the Phantoms, you can scratch number 18, Jack Hamilton, and number 23, Matusz Kaharczyk. Time to take a look at the starting lineups, beginning with Team USA. Their overall record is 7-21-3-2 in USHL play. Their 19 points put them in 8th place in the USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing out of Winchester, Massachusetts, committed to Boston University, number 44, Sam Pandolfo. At center out of Seoul, New Jersey, committed to Boston College, number 54, Rocco Pelosi. At right wing out of Gilbert, Arizona, number 49, Braden Willis. On defense out of Dayton, Minnesota, number 56, Carson Scott. And out of Orange, Connecticut, committed to Boston College, number 33, Jake Boganecki. In net out of Muskegon, Michigan, committed to Wisconsin, number 33, Eli Winters. In USHL play this season, Winters is 1-7-1-0 with a 5.23 goals against average and a .853 save percentage. The U17s are coached by Greg Moore, assisted by Todd Krieger and John Drager. And now for the Youngstown Phantoms, who entered tonight's game with a 27-8-2-1 record. Their 57 points put them in first place in USHL's Eastern Conference. Starting at left wing out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, committed to Ohio State, number 10, Evan Jardine. At center out of Rolling Meadows, Illinois, committed to Michigan State, number 17, Jack Hextall. At right wing out of Forest Lake, Minnesota, committed to Maine, number 91, Malachi McKinnon. On defense out of Lawrence, Texas, committed to Minnesota Duluth, number 14, Carter Murphy. And out of Youngstown, Ohio, committed to Miami, number 12, Kyle Houston. In net out of Czechia, committed to UMass, number 79, Tobias Trebel. Trebel enters tonight's game with a 19-5-2-0 record, a 2.08 goals against average, a .923 save percentage, and 3 shutouts on the season. Phantoms are coached in his 4th season by Ryan Ward. The associate head coach is Brandon Gotkin. They are assisted by their chief of staff, Redmond Brow, and their director of player development, Cal Kafuke. The equipment manager is Andrew Rush, athletic trainer Amber Martinelli, goaltending coach Neil Conway, strength and conditioning coach Tommy Malloy, and the general managers are Jason Deskins and Ryan Kisecki. The officials for tonight's game were selected by USA Hockey and are as follows. The referees will be Jane Brignoni and Stuart Carruthers. The linesmen will be Gustav Arendt and Dane Hopkins. Just about 5.5 minutes remaining here at the Cavelli Center before starting lineups in the national anthem. So we will go ahead and step aside for a timeout. And when we come back, we will have Youngstown Phantoms hockey here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
You got so much to do. It's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day. 'Cause it's fun all over the state. So come on. Great games wait for you.
Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Attention fans, do not forget to grab your Chuck-a-Pucks. They are available for purchase right now in the main concourse. Get yours before the second intermission and be ready for your chance to win some good prizes. Chuck-a-Puck will be taking place after the second period. Can you make it in the Ohio Lottery Bucket?
Makes the save, rebound to the weak side. In front.
I need a one dance. And then we start to dance, and I'm singing like.
The steal. Ben Simpson. Toe drag. Simpson in. Tucks it home. He scores!
I want you to be happier. Because I'm happy.
Right circle for Simpson. Ripped across. Hextall. Shot. Score!
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
And now for tonight's starters, presented by Mercy Health. First off, at left wing from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, number 10, the pocket ace, Evan Jardine. At center from Rolling Meadows, Illinois, number 17, running and gunning, Jack Hexton. At right wing from Forest Lake, Minnesota, number 91, I'm going fishing with Valentine McKinnon. On defense, break out the brisket, Grandma, because he's from the Woodlands, Texas. Number 14, also on defense, from your backyard in Boardman, Ohio, number 12, the Heartbreak Kid, Cal Houston. And finally, tonight's starting goaltender. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now watch the throw from Most Czechia, number 79, Fans, please rise if able, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem by Gavin Haas.
Our national anthem on a Friday night here in Youngstown. Welcome back into the broadcast booth, ladies and gentlemen. Voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack here with you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. Joined tonight by my engineers, Dave Ferris and Jim Craven. Brendan Miller keeping things up to date on social media for you. Follow the Phantoms on X at YTown Phantoms, on Instagram and Facebook at Youngstown Phantoms, and we are supervised by my 8-year-old son, Jonathan, standing here to my left. Phantoms and U17s for the second time in 9 days. These two teams will face off again here tomorrow. Youngstown 5-0 against the program this year. 3 wins against the 18s, 2 against the 17s. And, of course, Youngstown will be traveling up to USA Hockey Arena on Wednesday morning for the school day game. But we have 40 minutes of hockey. Well, I guess if I was better at math, we do have 40 minutes of hockey tonight, but we have 120 minutes of hockey between now and then. As right now, before we get going, one of our officials over talking to Ryan Ward looks like Jaden Brignoni. I tell you, the line chart is right. The starting goaltenders are right. The starting lineup is right. So, not 100% sure what this could be about. Everybody just kind of standing around waiting. I mean, it's not 7:05 yet, but. So now, Brignoni and Carruthers over to the officials' crease. Doesn't look like there's anything wrong with the ice. Still waiting for some kind of explanation as to what is going on. And now Brignoni over to talk to Greg Moore. Phantoms into tonight on a modest 2-game winning streak. Took 2 out of 3 from Muskegon last weekend. Lost 3-1 here on Friday night before going up to Muskegon, getting a shootout win 5-4 on Saturday, and then the 2-0 shutout on Sunday that we mentioned. Owen Leapak taking the hard luck loss here last Friday night. He was spectacular. Held Muskegon to 1 goal through 59 minutes. Unfortunately, a lost defensive zone draw. The final minute of play. Shot from the point, pass off the pads, and rebound pumped home by Victor Noringer. Put Muskegon ahead 2-1, and then they ended up getting another goal on the ensuing shift to get that 3-1 win. Our teams are starting to line up like we're going to get started. Still no explanation up here into the press box as to the reason for the delay. Okay, refs are ready to go. Nobody's going to the penalty box. I've got no earthly idea what on earth delayed the start of this game, but Hextall and Pelosi approach center ice. You can roll for initiative. This one is finally underway as USA controls the draw back into their own zone. Chipped out to center by Boganecki. Phantoms quickly with a steal. It's Hextall. Behind him to McKinnon. Down the wall to Jardine. Jards one hand on his stick in the right wing corner up to the point to Houston. Cal walks the blue line back to Jardine. Top of the circle. Whip back across. Houston a one-timer ripped it wide of the cage. Rebound. Thrown in the blue paint by McKinnon. Hammering it is Hextall, but Winters gets the cover. Phantoms a quick 2 shots on net in the opening 20 seconds. Safe period, first period presented by Safehold. Phantoms going to keep that line out there. USA quickly to a line change. Faceoff will be to the left of Winters. Hextall to take the draw. He'll win that faceoff. McKinnon to Jardine to Murphy. Back across off the far wall to Houston. Cal into the corner, little bobble, chipped it behind the cage, but getting there first was Schneider, had his pocket picked by Hextall, couldn't feed it in front to Jardine, came around to the corner, taken away by Jardine, up to the point to Murphy, point to Houston, his shot off the stick of Finnegan Sears and into the meshing. 40 seconds gone here in the first period, and now the Phantoms will send out Alexander Svitov, Cooper Simpson, and Ryan Rusinski. Ruse sitting on 99 points in his USHL career. And it'll be Rusinski to take the face-off. Barch, however, wins it into the corner. Battling for it down there is Geiger. Came up the wall. Simpson couldn't deny the clear. Puck out to center, but Wilson picks it up at the red line, throws it ahead to the blue, and Svitov chipped it to Rusinski, but we have the high sticking call or high stick on the puck. Not sure which one. And it is a high sticking call on Alexander Svitov. USA going to get an early power play. Time of the penalty on Svitov, 52 seconds. USA power play, just the U17 side of it, 21.1%. Youngstown penalty kill, 85.7%. That is first in the USHL. Face off to the right of Trable, Pelosi to take the draw against Rusinski. Giroux with the face-off win. He worked it to the line, but it was kept in there. Center point, Johnson over to Willis. Back to the point, fed into the corner. Looking for Pandolfo, bodied up by Houston, came behind the cage to Wilson. Stapling that puck to the kick plate. Came free to the corner, picked up by McKinnon. He'll get the clear. Bounced in on net. Stick save, and then covering it with the glove, Eli Winters, as Ryan Rusinski buzzing by the blue paint. So offensive zone draw for Youngstown. Here's shorthanded. 26 seconds off the penalty clock. Drop the puck to the right of Winters. It'll be Hesh to take the draw against Pelosi. Hesh, a beautiful shorthanded goal last Wednesday against USA. Walked right to the edge of the blue paint, then spun and ripped it high to the far side on Nate Chiswick. As Youngstown won the offensive zone draw, brought it back to their defensive zone, and then fired it right back down the ice. USA re-enters. Pelosi up the wall. Kept to the point by Johnson. Back behind the cage for Pelosi. Round to the near side, pinching in Willis. Behind the net, trying to feed it to Pelosi. Couldn't take it cleanly. Wilson up the wall, trying to find Hextall. He could not. The pass broken up by Pelosi. Pandolfo and Pelosi battling for it. Left half wall. Came free and up to the point for Johnson. Walks the top of the circle. Slipped it over to Willis. Rolled into the corners. He couldn't take the pass cleanly. Hesh and Houston trying to kill some time there. 40 seconds left on the penalty. Pandolfo handles it free. Up to the point, kept nicely by Johnson. To Pelosi, top of the left circle. Shot off the blocker of Trable. Rebound to the top of the right circle. Center point, Johnson. Top of the left circle, Pelosi. Goal line extended for Horton. Tried to feed it in front. Was looking for Pandolfo. It wouldn't go. Came over to the near wall. Grabbing it was Willis. Carried up to the top of the circle. Fed it into the corner. Houston, the first one to it. Couldn't get possession. Popped up in the air. Horton tries to feed the front with 9 seconds left in the penalty. Houston worked it free of the scrum behind the net. Got it to the corner and got the clear. Excellent work by the Youngstown native. And now out of the box comes Alexander Svitov. Phantoms are 1 for 1 on the penalty kill as into the zone comes Sears. Denied the zone entry. No, I guess not the zone entry, but denied getting it deep by Svitov, and then puck worked over the glass and out of play. Exactly 3 minutes gone in this first period. We're scoreless. Shots on goal read 3-1, but could have swore that Eli Winters had to make a couple of saves in the opening 20 seconds. Face off to the right of Trable. And USA wins the draw. Boganecki walks the blue line. Low shot. Trable with the save. Rebound. Poked to the top of the circle by Murphy. Svitov couldn't clear. USA wraps it around the boards to the far side. Boganecki pinching in. Lost it in the corner to Anderson. Came out in front. So he tried to bank it around the boards, but off a USA stick. Phantoms get possession back. Murphy to the far side for Tepley. Mate off the glass and out of play. I think that ended up just to the side of the USA penalty box with 16:32 left in this first period. Face off to the right of Trable once more. Face off won by Thibodeau. Up to the point, kept by MacArthur. Pumped it down behind the net. Only one there is Cal Houston. He'll come near side. His pass missed Zemlichka, and USA holds the zone, but as they tried to drop it back to the point, I believe that was Caden Jackman. USA couldn't keep it in the zone. Now into the attacking end was Zemlichka. Had his pocket picked from behind by Thibodeau. Carries around the cage. And USA sends it back to the near side. Geiger out to center. Connects with Salvador, but stripped to the puck and rolls his Zemlichka in his own zone. He'll go D to D over to Berard. Brody up ahead and redirected into the USA end by Orlowski. Came around to the left side. Sasaki trying to get it away from a man. Popped out in front, rolled to Zemlichka, right corner. Feeds it cross point to Houston. Cal across over to Berard. Brody walks down the wall, bottom of the circle. Got a shot away. Winters with the save. Rebound to Orlowski. Jesse carries around the cage in the near side. Feeds the point for Zemlichka over to Houston. His shot, glove save by Winters. Rebound to Orlowski. Twirls it around the cage in the near side again. Jesse, top of the left circle, left it for Houston. Poked away. USA coming down ice with it. Long distance shot off the stick of Milojevic. Stick to the meshing by Orlowski. Great hustle by Jesse to get back in that play and deny the scoring chance. 15:21 left in the first. Still scoreless. Now they've corrected the shots on goal. 4-2 in favor of Youngstown. Faceoff will be to the left of Trable. Hextall to take the draw. But that draw won by Mazzoni. Pumped around the wall by Johnson to the far side. Left hash marks. McKinnon trying to work it free and get it clear. Barge keeping it in the zone. Down the wall to Jackman. Pride away from him by Thompson. Around the kick plate to Wilson and out to center. Stolen with the red line by Johnson. Bumped back into the zone after a collision with Hextall. Fans play it right back out, and now it's Hextall with it. Jack up the near side for Jardine. Back to Hextall between the circles. Spins over to the wall. Center point, Wilson, one-timer, a glove save by Winters, who holds, and we'll have our media timeout. 14:44 left in the first. We're scoreless. Listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veterans Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
$14:44 left of the first. We're scoreless. I want to say hello to Phantoms official scorer Lynn Siegfried. Unable to be with us tonight. Recovering at home after a recent medical procedure. We miss you, Lynn. We love you. Can't wait to see you back here at the rink. Offensive zone draw for Youngstown won by Rusinski. Simpson. Near point for Adams. Jackson toward the cage, and a stick save by Winters. Chipped it into the right wing corner, up to the line. Kept by Simpson, off the wall to Rusinski. Rue had it taken away by Semetsis, and then he slipped it over to Boganecki, and USA gets to clear out the center. Into the zone, Pandolfo tried to feed it down low for Pelosi. Broken up by the Phantoms and sent into the left wing corner. Murphy and Adams pin their men to the boards, and Rusinski pries the puck out and chips it ahead for Svitov. Has a step. Svitov into the zone. Shot missed the cage. Svitov looking for his second USHL goal after getting his first last Friday against Muskegon. Sent up the wall, Semetsis. Middle of the ice for Pandolfo. And out to center off of Pelosi, who banked it off of Murphy and into the Youngstown end. Pelosi with it, bottom of the left circle. Double teamed by Adams and Murphy. Then ripped down. Probably could have been a hold on Youngstown, but play continues. Adams up the wall to Simpson. Couldn't clear. Hit a skate. Came right back to Adams. And Jackson will bank it behind the cage to Murphy. Carter slowing it down. Around the net to the far side. Ahead to center. Hesh into the zone, but triple teamed and lost the puck. Carrying ahead is Schneider into the zone for Sears. Was about to shoot and then stripped nicely of the puck by Murphy. Slipped it up the wall but kept by USA. Sent behind the cage. Only one there is Houston. Up the near side, Zemlichka. Sent it to the point but kept by Schneider. He's put into the boards by Sasaki as he sent it into the corner. Picked up there by Houston. Murphy up the wall. Zemlichka couldn't get it past Schneider again, but Hesh did. At least got it as far as the USA blue line before it's picked up by MacArthur. One hand on his stick, couldn't clear the zone. Nice keep by a reaching Sasaki, but Kaz did work it to the corner. Phantoms still have possession. Houston, top of the right circle, down the wall. Cal toward the net. Winters with the save. Rebound all the way around the kick plate and down into the Youngstown end. Tepley back for it with 12:40 left in the first. Snapped ahead to the red line. Houston will fire it to the left wing corner. First one to it, Geiger. Backhands it to Johnson. Sent up the wall to Jackman. Out to center. Puck taken away by Zemlichka. Back to Houston. D near side for Tepley. And back to Houston. Cal hesitates. Sends it to Orlowski, who sweeps into the zone. Winter stops it behind the cage. Feeds the right wing corner up the wall. Bogan Necki was looking for Jackman, but Orlowski ran into him. Phantoms still have the puck. Anderson around the wall to Tepley near side. Mate turns and fires toward the cage, but right to the belly of Winters, who holds. 12:10 left in the first. Face off to the right of Winters. Face-off controlled by Barch into the corner for Johnson. Up the wall for Milojevic, but couldn't exit the zone. Behind the cage, Orlowski tried to leave it for Anderson. Jesse gets it back. Comes near side, feeds the point for Wilson. D over to Berard. Between the circles for Anderson. His low shot blocked in front by Geiger, rolled to the right wing corner. Behind the cage, Miller trying to work it free, as is Orlowski. 3 USA bodies down there, 2 Phantoms. USA works it free. Berard pinches down into the corner, takes a bump from Geiger. Still has the puck, though. Up the wall, Berard took it away for a moment. USA, however, able to chip it out to center. Anderson back to the line for it, worked it to Wilson. Fanned on his first pass, but able to work the second play ahead. USA are with the steal. Barge to Milojevic. His shot blockered away by Trable. To the corner, Hextall up the wall to Jardine, backhanded out to center for Orlowski. Jesse gains the red line, slips it over to Jardine into the zone 1-on-3. His shot from the top of the circles is blocked. Evan to his own rebound, lost it, however, in the corner. To Pelosi, fed around to the far side and out to center. Willis tried to chip it ahead, but Hextall with the steal. Back to the line for McKinnon. Jardine trying to take away from Boganecki. He did, walked in front over the stick of Hextall as it's pinballing around. Now as Jardine side of the cage, worked it into the corner for Hextall. Jack lost it as it rolled up the wall. Pelosi tried to feed it across off the skate of Jardine. It came, and McKinnon got a shot on the net. Winters with a glove save, rebound cleared out to center by USA. Down into the Phantom zone, it's Murphy picking it up at the left hash. Came around the net, lost a edge, but able to get it into the zone. Phantoms, McKinnon across Hextall. Shot, Winters the save, he holds. That one looked weird coming back into the zone, and McKinnon having to jump to get out of the way of the shot for Hextall. 10:20 left in the first. Face-off will be to the left of Winters, who has Stopped 8 out of 8. Rusinski to take the draw for Youngstown. Face-off out to the neutral zone. Tepley will fire it back in. Phantoms touch up as winners. Plays it to the left corner, but passes man. Picked up by Rusinski. Carried to the top of the circles. Worked it past Sears and down the wall. Rusinski still with it left corner. Spins around a man. Feeds left point for Tepley. His shot was blocked up high and rolled into the right corner. Picked up by Simpson. The circles. Feetoff. Shot. Rebound. Saved by Winters. Rebound. Poked wide by Rusinski. Winters doesn't have his glove right now. USA bench looking for a whistle because no scoring chance is imminent. And there they will get the whistle as the puck came into the corner. We'll have our media timeout. 9:43 left in the first. We're scoreless. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Development isn't accidental. It's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
.943 left in the first. We're scoreless. Offensive zone draw for Youngstown to the right of Winters. USA has a man kicked out of the faceoff circle. Milojevic steps in to take the draw against Rusinski. Came in front, and USA had possession, however. Back through center, USA into the Youngstown zone. Left corner, it's Barch. Center point was looking for Geiger, but off his boot, it came to Simpson. Cooper into the offensive zone. Sharp angle shot, ripped it wide of the cage, kept it into the right point by Houston. Down the wall to Simpson. Sent near side for Tepley. Battling against Milojevic in the corner, worked it up to the point for Simpson. Cooper, top of left circle, danced around the man, fed it to Tepley at the dot. His shot wide of the cage. Off the corner boards came to Houston. Center point, Rusinski, shot blocked. Redirected wide of the cage. Semetsis had it taken away by Svitov. Puck in the left corner. Svitov still battling for it behind the cage. Worked it to Rusinski. Poked off of his stick into the corner, but Ru got there first. Sent it back around the wall. Came to Tepley near side. Tepley into the corner for Simpson. Ripped around the kick plate while the Phantoms try to get a couple of fresh bodies on the ice behind the play. Houston walks the blue line, comes near side. Spins the top of the circle. Away from Milojevic. Sends it over to the right side for Sasaki. Spun off his man. Fed it in front looking for Zemlichka. Cleared to the line by USA. Kept by Rusinski. Center point, Houston. Came over to the wall, got the shot away, blocked in front, came back to him, to Zemlichka. One hand on his stick, walks the goal line, tries to stuff it home. Winters shut it off, puck loose in front, and USA sends it down the length. Not far enough for icing. Trey will out to send it to the line quickly, trying to catch USA in that line change. Couldn't do it, however, as Zemlichka sends it around the wall near side for Hesh. Pumped back behind the cage to Zemlichka. Swept up to the right point for Berard. Brody turns, fires, missed the cage. Off the end wall, came to a pinching Jack Wilson in the left corner. Tried to feed it in front. Off a stick, it came to Winters, and he covers. Phantoms buzzing in the offensive end right now, outshooting USA 13-3. Haven't found a way to get one past Eli Winters yet, though. Face-off to his right. That face-off controlled by USA. They got it to the neutral zone. Picked up the red line by Wilson. Far wall for Berard. He couldn't get it into the zone. Came back to him. This time he will pitchfork it on the backhand down to the end wall. Semetsis around the cage. Throws it right corner for Boganecki. Up to the line. Barch got it out as far as the neutral zone. Berard battling for it. Came back to USA stick. That was Boganecki. Out to center for Mazzoni. Fired into the zone. Came hard off the end wall and back into the slot. Quick shot on the cage by Thibodeau. Shut off by Trable. Puck back out to center. Sent to the far wall, picked up by Berard and skated at least as far as the officials' crease. Chipped it to the USA line, grabbed by Semetsis. DDD to Boganecki ahead off of Jackman, redirected it into the zone. USA to a line change. Wilson up the wall to Hesh. Send it down the ice for Miller. Sean has a step in on the cage to the backhander. Hey! Shoots and scores. Sean Miller getting every which way but loose. Gives Youngstown the 1-0 lead. Time of the goal, 13:06 for Miller, his second marker of the season. Pretty feed by the Phantoms to Spring Miller, who picked it up at the blue line. He was off to the races, got Winters to bite, pulled it to the backhand, and roofed it for his second of the campaign. And Youngstown dents the scoreboard first. So Svitov with the assist as Youngstown with it in the offensive zone off the restart. Puck on the right wall. Anderson hammered into the boards by a pair of USA skaters, and they'll bring it back through center. Into the zone they come, but Willis stripped of the puck at the line nicely by Jackson Adams. Got it out to center. USA dumped it right back in, but they headed off for a line change. Phantoms back through center for Anderson. Right side to the dot. Shot away. Glove save by Winters, and he covers. 6:01 left in the first. And I want to say there was one more assist on that goal by Sean Miller. Was Jack Wilson, who chipped it up the wall to either Hesh or Anderson. That's who sprung Miller. They announced Svitov here in the arena as USA trying to wrap around but losing his footing as he came around the cage was Schneider. Slow to get up, but now he's getting back in the play as USA takes it away and they'll get it back out to center. Into the zone comes McKinnon. Tried to center for Hextall. Pass out of his reach. Geiger plays it to the line. Sears will chip it to open ice, but kept in the zone by McKinnon. Jardine behind him to McKinnon. Shot. Winters a save, and he holds. McKinnon looking upset with himself after that one. Thought he maybe had a little bit of room to the 5-hole. 5:25 left in the first. Phantoms win the offensive zone draw. Bump behind the net by Jardine around to the right side. Houston couldn't keep it in the zone. It squirts down to the Phantoms line. Picked up there by Tepley. Behind him to Hextall. And floated to Houston along the far wall. Gains the red line to Jardine and now McKinnon into the zone. McKinnon cuts to the middle. Lost the puck. Regathered. Now he's at the left half. Dropped it back to the point, but Tepley was at center point. And so Mate will skate out to center for it. Over to Houston. Fired off of Hextall, sticking in the right wing corner. Semetsis got there ahead of McKinnon, carried around the cage to the near side. Puck pinballing around, knocked up in the air by McKinnon. Might be a high stick on Youngstown. Yes, they are going to call high stick on the puck. So we'll see if we have a neutral zone draw, defensive zone draw. Looks like with 4:40 left in the first. So what I'm hearing on the Miller goal is Miller from Hesh and Wilson now. And that has Youngstown with the 1-0 lead. Face off to the right of Trable. Rusinski to take the draw against Thibodeau. Brzezinski going to be kicked out of the circle. So I don't know if it'll be Svitov or Simpson. It will be Svitov to step in and take the draw. Svitov won it back cleanly, but it came on net. Trable had to stick it over to the near wall, fished out to center by Wilson. Svitov played it to the left wing corner. Brzezinski got there, chipped it up the wall, but a couple of Phantoms hadn't gained the zone yet. Nice keep in the zone by Simpson. Between the circles for Svitov, fanned on the shot, and then had to deliver a defensive blow up high. As somebody there in the middle was headhunting for USA. Puck back out to center. Svitov drops it back into his defensive zone for Wilson. Jack into the right corner for it, around the cage to the far side. Out to the neutral zone for Brzezinski, red line in blue. A crossover to Svitov to Brzezinski, redirected on the cage, but a glove save by Winters. Oh, Rue was hunting for .100 on that one. Would have been a very pretty play, but this time not to be. Phantoms to the line change, face off to the right of Winters. Hesh to take the draw. Hesh can be kicked out of the circle. Zemlichka to take the draw against Pelosi. Zemlichka wins it cleanly to Sasaki. Kaz spins in the left corner. Fanned on his pass up to the point. USA took it away, and they'll bring it through the neutral zone. Pelosi across the red line, stripped to the puck by Zemlichka. Ricard into the zone. Thought Sasaki was offside, but play continues. Tried to feed Hesh, knocked away by USA and out to center. Pelosi over to Pandolfo. Carries it to the near side, and now behind that for Pelosi. Tried to feed it in front, looking for Willis. Pass hit a stick and redirected to the Phantoms. Zemlichka out to center for Murphy. Carter into the USA zone. Left corner, spins away from Geiger, lost his footing, and the puck. Fed to the right wing corner, and now out to center for Pelosi. Chipped it into the Youngstown end and heading off for a line change. Thompson to it along the end wall with 3:10 left in the first. Played to the USA line, and Sasaki will now work it deep while Youngstown completes the line change. Boganecki. Pinned to the end wall by Miller. Fed off the side of the cage, and Winters actually going to pounce on top of it. No Phantoms really present there, but can't blame Winters for wanting to freeze the puck. 3:02 left in the first. Shots on goal 17-4 in favor of Youngstown. Youngstown has the 1-0 lead off the stick of Sean Miller. Anderson to take the draw against Schneider. Puck still pinballing around, finally controlled by USA. They'll skate it through center. Schneider denied the zone by a couple of different Phantoms. Youngstown worked it back to the USA line. Anderson couldn't enter the zone. Now it's Houston to Miller across to Orlowski. Jesse chipped it into the right wing corner. Orlowski had it taken away by Boganecki up the wall to Horton, and now out to center. Through the neutral zone came Schneider. Stripped to the puck by Houston, who got it out to center. Into the zone comes Orlowski. Waits for help. Worked it down the far wall to Anderson. Across, Tepley, nice little dipsy-do in front, and unable to slam it home was Sean Miller looking for goal number 2. USA back out to center. Sears lost the puck to Orlowski at the red line. Area pass ahead to Jardine. Jards into the zone. A shot off the stick of Semetsis, still in play. Up the near side, Hextall kept the zone, sauced it across to Berard far side. Brody fed it through the low slot looking for Jardine. It wouldn't go. Boganecki fanned on the clearing attempt, has it back. Pressured by McKinnon, dropped it back to Geiger, who sends it off the window and out to center. Berard took it away at the logo, into the zone. Fired across, Hextall shot off the blocker of Winters and into the right wing corner. McKinnon knocked down, and that'll be a penalty. On Christian Semetsis. I'm just not sure what that indicator was from Jaden Brignoni. I think that is a cross-check. And Youngstown will head to their first power play of the game. Time of the penalty, 18:22. Phantom power play for the season, 28.4%. That is second in the USHL. Penalty kill for the 17s. Just in USHL play, 63.5%. Ryan Rusinski looking for USHL point number 100. Evan Jardine looking for power play goal 23 in his USHL career, which would be a Phantoms record. However, USA wins the draw and gets the clear. Wilson around his cage, carries up the middle to the red line, fakes the drop pass, and brings it into the zone, but couldn't get it deep. And it's back out to center. Horton sends it to the red line, picked up there by Jardine. Little stutter step, couldn't get around the man. He'll drop it back to Wilson. Jack, between the circles in his own zone, sends it near wall for Simpson. Across far side for Rusinski and into the zone. Rue will spin it deep, past the stick of MacArthur, rolls into the left corner. Simpson got there first. Tried to send it behind the cage, broken up by USA and cleared. Phantoms are going to cycle on the second power play unit here as we hit 45 seconds left in the opening frame. We will go by the period clock as there is about, 22 seconds difference between the two. Tepley to Sasaki, fired to the end wall around to the right corner. McKinnon got there first, Geiger battling for it. Worked it free for a moment, McKinnon repossessed. Malachi double-teamed, got it to Zemlichka. Feeds it near point for Sasaki, back into the corner for Zemlichka. Back to Sasaki, the blue line for Murphy. Skates center point, over to Sasaki, a shot right to the belly of Winters, who holds with 13.1 left in the period. First intermission report right around the corner. Take a look at the scoring recap for this first period, as well as the out-of-town scoreboard. 6 other games in the USHL tonight. Face off to the right of Winters. Zemlichka wins the draw cleanly. Murphy walks the blue line. Feeds Sasaki, a low shot into the slot. McKinnon chipped it wide of the cage. 5 seconds left in the period. Tepley ran into Geiger, came to the corner. Zemlichka up to the point. Sasaki fed it center point for Murphy, and that is how the first period will end. But at the end of 20 minutes to play, the Youngstown Phantoms lead Team USA by the score of 1-0. Shots on goal in the first period, 22-4 in favor of Youngstown. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have our first intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot, hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins in OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio, home of the Youngstown Phantoms. On the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the first intermission report. At the end of 20 minutes to play, the Youngstown Phantoms lead Team USA by the score of 1-0. Shots on goal in the first period, 22-4 in favor of Youngstown, and the Phantoms dented the scoreboard at 13:06 off the stick of Sean Miller. Took a stretch pass from Jakob Hesch, cut toward the cage, pulled it across to the backhand and roofed it on Eli Winters. Jack Wilson also with an assist on that one. Second goal of the season for Miller, his first. Since this opening weekend of the season, Sean scored the game-tying goal against Cedar Rapids in the second game of the Fall Classic for Youngstown. So only big goals from Sean Miller. Eli Winters stopped 21 out of 22. Tobias Strabel stopped 4 out of 4. Team USA 0 for 1 on the power play. Alexander Svitov called for a high sticking 38 seconds into regulation. Phantoms also 0 for 1 on the power play, but we are currently in the middle of that first power play. There are 22 seconds left on a cross-checking call to Christian Semetsis when we start the second period. Going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Your best source for everything hockey is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game.
McDavid for the net, score!
Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else.
You guys have a helmet I could throw on for this?
The most NHL edge stats and advanced analytics and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. When it comes to following the NHL, don't settle for anything else. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
You got so much to do, it's got you feeling blue. Put a little flag in your day, 'cause it's fun all over the state. So come on, great games wait for you.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
At Texas Roadhouse, we do more than just hand-cut steaks. We have hot, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and everybody loves our fresh-baked bread with that honey cinnamon butter. The Phantoms love Texas Roadhouse, and we know you will too.
Attention fans, do not forget to grab your Chuck-a-Pucks. They are available for purchase right now in the main concourse. Get yours before the second intermission and be ready for your chance to win some good prizes. Chuck-a-Puck will be taking place after the second period. Can you make it in the Ohio Lottery Bucket?
Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
Fans, 50-50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Covelli Center. First intermission report. Phantoms lead 1-0. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. 6 other USHL games today, only one of them currently underway. That is between the Tri-City Storm and Waterloo Blackhawks. And right now, 8 minutes left in the first. Tri-City and Waterloo are scoreless at Young Arena. U18s will be taking on the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders at the Stable, as that one will be getting underway in about the next 10 to 15 minutes. Chicago travels north to Madison to take on the Capitals as those two right now in a battle for the 6th and final playoff spot in the East. And yes, we do need to start looking at these things as we are almost 2/3 of the way through the regular season. Green Bay hosting Muskegon. Lincoln travels to Sioux City, and Sioux Falls travels to Dubuque. Over to the college hockey scoreboard. Bentley leads Princeton 1-0. First intermission. Connecticut Ice Tournament, Quinnipiac 5-1 winners over Sacred Heart, and right now UConn leads Yale 2-0, 6 minutes gone in the first. Canisius leads Mercyhurst 2-1 second intermission. Robert Morris 3-1 lead over Holy Cross first intermission. RIT leads Niagara 2-0, 3 minutes gone in the third. St. Lawrence 1-0 lead over Clarkson 1 minute into the second. Harvard leads Colgate 1-0 first intermission. Dartmouth 1-0 lead over Cornell first intermission. Maine leads UMass Lowell 1-0 first intermission. Northeastern 1-0 lead on Merrimack first intermission. Providence leads Boston University 2-0 halfway through the first. UMass leads Vermont 1-0 first intermission. Boston College up 2-1 on New Hampshire first intermission. Michigan State leads Minnesota 1-0 first intermission. Ohio State leads Notre Dame 2-0 first intermission. Lake Superior up 3-1 on St. Thomas first intermission. Michigan Tech leads Northern Michigan 3-0 first intermission. Over to the NHL scoreboard. Golden Knights lead the Maple Leafs 2-0 at the first intermission in Toronto. Blackhawks hosting Tampa. They have a 1-0 lead at the first intermission. Getting underway in the next 5-10 minutes, the Blues will be in Dallas to take on the Stars. Flyers battle the Avalanche at 9 Eastern. 9 Eastern puck drop between the Capitals and Flames. 10 Eastern puck drop between the Devils and Canucks. That'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard and our first intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, second period action between the Phantoms and Team USA. Phantoms have 22 seconds left on a power play here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Consulting, your community and economic development firm specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too. With free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins an OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show. This is the USHL.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the second period. Phantoms lead Team USA 1-0. Shots on goal in that first period, 22-4 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms are going to start the second period with 22 seconds left on a power play. Christian Semetsis in the box for a cross-check. Sean Miller's second goal of the season, putting Youngstown ahead by that 1-0 lead. Rusinski and Horton approach center ice. Roll for initiative. Second period is underway as Scott plays it into the USA end to the skates of Cal Houston. D over to Wilson, ahead to Simpson. Couldn't handle the pass as he entered the zone, and a nice clear by Finnegan Sears. Got it just under the stick of Cal Houston up to the point, and with 4 seconds left on the penalty to Semetsis, that will do it for the Phantoms' first power play of the game. As carrying ahead is Rusinski. Red line and blue into the zone, cuts to the middle. Rusinski with a shot, ripped it just wide of the cage as he's still looking for point number 100 as MacArthur puts Hextall down. Puck rolls over to Scott, up the middle to Horton, and across over to Sears. Into the zone, but played it right to the stick of Rusinski. Fired ahead off the back of Hextall, came back to USA, and it is Sears at the top of the circles. Now walks between them. Sears on his backhand, right dot. Sears, a backhander off the outside of the post. Rolled over to the far wall to Rusinski. He'll send it off the window and down the ice. And this will be icing on Youngstown. 1 minute and 1 second into the second period. Second period presented by our friends at number 1 Cochrane. I want to say hi to Team USA broadcaster Pete Krupski if he's tuning in. Krupper, hope you're well. Miss seeing you down here at Cavelli. Face off to the right of Trable. Pelosi to take the draw against Rusinski. Whoever wins that draw trickled on the cage, and Trable had the trapper on top of it and then poked out of his mitt, but the whistle had blown. So face-off will be to the right of Trable once again, but Youngstown going to get a line change. Here a minute and 3 seconds into the middle frame. Hesh going to take the draw against Pelosi this time. Hesh with the face-off win, sent up the middle to Zemlichka. Gains in the neutral zone, tried to fire across back to Hesh, but picked off by Barch. Over to Johnson, far wall. He'll pitchfork it out to center. Chipped ahead by Willis, and he'll regather, bring it into the zone, watched by Murphy. Left half wall, across over to Geiger. His shot right to the glove of Trable, who holds. Choppy start to the second period. Minute 25 in, think we're about to have our 4th or 5th face-off. Draw will be to the left of Trable this time. Hesh to take the draw against Thibodeau, and Hesh with the face-off win, but Thompson knocked off the puck by Pandolfo, but right there to cover up was Murphy, sent up the far wall to Zemlichka, couldn't clear, kept in line by Boganecki. Sent back around to the left wall, Milojevic got it away from Thompson, but taken away by Hesh to the line. Thought that was going to be a hand pass there on USA, as it's played out to the line. Boganecki brought it back in offside. These two teams going to battle again tomorrow here at the Gavelli Center. Puck drops at 6:05. Great seats still available. Call the Phantoms box office for tickets or more information. 330-747-PUCK. That is 330-747-7825. Anderson to take the neutral zone draw against Thibodeau. Thibodeau with a clean face-off win. Semetsis. Off of Pandolfo into the left wing corner. Only one there was Cal Houston. Fed it to Tepley. Touch to Anderson, then to Miller. Played down in the USAN, but taken away by Thibodeau. Back out to center off of Milojevic. It trickled to Tepley. D to Houston near side. To the line for Orlowski. He'll sweep it behind the cage. Winters helps it along the half wall. Cut off at the hashes by Miller, but couldn't keep possession. Popped to the middle. Boganecki chips it to center. Puck pinballing around in the neutral zone. Into the zone comes Thibodeau. Left circle, trying to cut to the middle. Houston wouldn't let him. And loose puck picked up by Tepley. Couldn't clear. Nice keep at the left ball by Jackman. Fed it in front. Trickled just wide of the cage as Houston and Trable collided at the edge of the blue paint. Behind the net. Scott has it taken away by Houston. Cal slips it to the red line, right to the stick of Salvador. Played back ahead, taken away by Youngstown, and Orlowski will sweep it into the zone. Phantoms to the line change. Salvador around the cage, spins in the left dot away from Hextall, worked it back up the near side, chipped out to center by MacArthur. Picked up at the red line by Berard, played ahead off an ankle and into the zone. Salvador couldn't clear it past Hextall. Second effort, he'll get it as far as the red line, where it's grabbed by Wilson. DDD near side for Berard. In front for McKinnon, across. Jardine! Hey! Shoots and scores! Evan Jardine into the wide open cage. And Youngstown leads 2-0. Time of the goal for Jardine, 3:18. For Jards, his 13th goal of the season. Pretty passing for Youngstown as McKinnon fed it to a wide open Evan Jardine in the left circle, and all Jards had to do was tap it in. Gave it a little tap-tappy, tap-tap-tap-a-roo. As we are back to live action, Youngstown wins the draw. Jardine back into the zone, cuts across the top of the circles, across. McKinnon, one-timer! Hey! Shoots and scores! Boom! Shaka-laka-laka-boom. Malachi McKinnon with the one-timer from the right circle puts Youngstown ahead 3-0. Time of the goal, 3:27. For McKinnon, his 15th goal of the season. And that line's going to stay out here. Hextall wins the draw to Jardine, to Wilson, drop back to Berard. Berard ahead to a diving Jardine who redirected into the zone. Hextall taking the wall by Geiger, but offside on the play are the Phantoms. So we've got Jardine from McKinnon and Berard. And then I know we have McKinnon from Jardine. As the Phantoms win the neutral zone draw again, Berard into the zone, behind the cage, bumped off the puck, but it came to Hextall. Hextall, top of the right circle for McKinnon. McKinnon forced back to the line, still has it left circle. Traded off to Hextall. Across. One-timer. Wilson. Hey! Shoots and scores. Jack Wilson, the 18th goal of his USHL career, ties Luke Osborne for the most goals by a Youngstown Phantoms defenseman, and Youngstown leads 4-0. Time of the goal, 3:57. Great work to keep the puck at the line by McKinnon. Traded it off to Hextall. Found Wilson all alone in the right circle. And Jack with the rainmaker reaching for the skies and fired it home. Shout out to Brendan Miller right now, trying to keep things on social media. As we're back to live action, played into the zone off the stick of Svitov into left wing corner. Getting there ahead of him was Boganecki. Worked it up the near wall, got it to Pandolfo. He'll body up with Simpson. Puck pinballing around, stolen by Simpson. Toe drag. Simpson, another toe drag. He ripped it wide of the cage. Simpson trying to add to the highlight reel as Adams kept it in the zone, fired around the kick plate, but out of the reach as Simpson played through center by Pandolfo. Into the zone comes Pelosi, pulls up at the right hash, fed it in front, and Willis redirects it wide. Puck taken away in the corner by Simpson. Fires to open ice, but too far ahead of Rusinski. Grabbed by Semetsis and played in front of the USA bench. Maybe too many men for USA, but play going to continue here as Pelosi will sweep it into the USA zone, or the Youngstown zone, and USA will complete their line change. Murphy to the line for Anderson. Logan into the zone, across to Svitov. Svitov chipped into the left wing corner, back to Anderson. Taken to the boards by Scott, puck pried away by Birch. Around the wall to Mazzoni, couldn't clear. Got it back in second effort, got it to center. Over the stick of Tepley, picked up by Birch and into the zone. But ahead of the play offside was Alex Milojevic, and that'll lead us to immediate timeout. 14:26 left in the second. Phantoms lead 4-0. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio, Inflow Sports.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red. Price Heating and Cooling.
14:26 left in the second. Phantoms lead 4-0. They've scored on all three shots they've registered here in the second period. 3 goals in 39 seconds for the Phantoms. Jardine his 13th, McKinnon his 15th, and Wilson his 8th. Also the 18th career goal for Wilson, which ties the Phantoms record for goals by a defenseman. Phantoms controlled the neutral zone draw. They got it back to the red line after treating to their own end, but Orlowski can't get it deep now. Jesse has it back, and he will redirect it into the USA zone, but right to the stick of MacArthur. D to D to Scott, and now out to center. Off of Milojevic, ahead to Mazzoni, and now Birch will chip it behind the cage. First one there is Cal Houston. Lost it coming around the cage, but able to poke it as far as the line. Nice keep by USA. Back on the attack, Mazzoni. Down into the left wing corner, looking for Birch. Pass didn't go. Nice work there by Tepley to duck under a check. Turned it over to Milojevic. Mazzoni, rather. Bounced it off a stick and up to the point. Scott over to MacArthur. His shot off the pad of Trable. Puck into the right wing corner. Houston delays, spins away from Jackman. Tried to come up the middle, had to duck around the check of Birch as he came through headhunting. Phantoms back into the zone. Miller tried to feed it to the side of the cage for Houston. Pass blocked away by Scott, and he will snap it ahead to the line. Actually ended up coming to the edge of the blue paint, and Trable will fire it back out to center. Picked up at the red line by Salvador. Dropped back into his own zone for MacArthur, and sent back out to center. Tepley will play it back to Trable now. Tobias at the bottom of the circle will sauce it out to the red line for Hesh. Gloved it down, worked it over to Zemlichka. Ducked the shoulder, backhander on the cage. A glove save by Winters. Rebound behind the net, controlled by USA. Out to center, Thibodeau tried to find Salvador near his side, but taken away by the Phantoms. They're back on the attack. It's Sasaki feeding to the end wall for Zemlichka. Spins to the right corner. Fired center point for Wilson. Side of the cage, Sasaki redirected on the cage, and a shoulder save by Winters. Hesh tried to feed Wilson at the point, but stolen by Salvador. He'll carry down into the Youngstown zone and chip it deep. Gets his own dump in, but bumped off the puck by Berardi. Came to Sasaki. Kaz across the red line. He'll chip it deep. Fams are changing behind the play. First one tuned in the corner was Johnson. Left it for his defensive partner, Boganecki, who takes it off the bump from Horton and fires to the glove of Owen Lepak, who makes a nice save. 12:09 left in the second. And yes, I did mean Owen Lepak, as if you couldn't guess, that puck was fired into the Youngstown bench. Neutral zone draw just outside the USA blue line to the far side. Schneider to take the draw against Hextall. Schneider won that faceoff to Boganecki. DDD over to Semetzis off of his skates and out to center. Pinballing around near the red line. It ricochets to Jack Wilson. Banked ahead to Jardine down the left wall. Jards in the corner, centering feed. McKinnon, he scores! If you don't know what time it is, it's 5 past winners. And it looks like it will be McKinnon's goal, second of the game, 16th of the season. Youngstown leads 5-0. Time of the goal, 8:07. Phantoms control the draw. It's Murphy. Chipped into the zone, around the wall, pass winners. McKinnon bumped into the corner for Jardine. Jards up to the point, kept by Thompson. BT back into the corner, trickled behind the cage, grabbed there by Scott, fed over to the corner from MacArthur. Up the wall on a little bump pass and able to clear is MacArthur, feeds it over to Schneider. Schneider into the zone, between the circles, a backhander, never got to the cage, was blocked by Thompson. McKinnon up the wall to Hextall, tried to feed Jardine, pass was behind him, but didn't get out to center. Thompson over to the far wall for it, into the zone for Jardine, but offside are the Youngstown Phantoms. Scott bumping Jardine after the whistle will draw bodies, which will draw a crowd. Linesman in quickly to separate. Linesman able to get things calmed down. No penalties on the play. And Youngstown has scored on 4 of their 6 shots on net this period. Face-off won by Rusinski to Simpson. Cooper into the zone, down the near wall, pulls up at the hash marks, double team, puck trickled into the corner for Svitov. Svitov, a little hesitation move, chipped into the corner for Rusinski. Pitchforked up to the point for Houston. Cal, down the wall to Simpson, turns and fires, but off the ankle of Birch and behind the net. Geiger tied up Svitov. The puck's pried free by Rusinski, who got stood up by Birch. Puck trickled up to the point for Houston, fed back behind the net for Rusinski. Rue fed it in front, looking for Simpson, but the pass was behind him. As we're back down ice, Willis into the zone, but offside are the 17s, and we'll have a neutral zone draw. As Kane Barch, I've apparently been calling Birch all evening, I apologize, just took a high bump from Simpson, and that's going to cost Cooper a penalty. That was not a smart one by Cooper. And now Rusinski and Willis need to be separated. Roughing the call on Cooper Simpson. USA to their second power play of the game. Time of the penalty, 9:21. USA has scored a power play goal in 10 straight games in USHL play. They've also allowed a power play goal in 8 straight games. Faceoff will be to the right of Trable. Was won by Pelosi, but apparently less than legally. And to kick Pelosi out of the circle, we'll have to put a second back on the clock. All right, Pandolfo to take the draw against Hextall. Hextall won the draw on Wilson with a full slapper down the ice. Came just wide of the cage. Winters Down to a pad to set it up for Pelosi. Spins away from Hextall. Fed it over to Johnson, who ripped it into the zone. Came around to the right side. Fed up the wall by Zemlichka, couldn't clear. Johnson from the left point, back around the wall. To right side for Horton. To Johnson, chipped into the right circle, looking for Pelosi. It rolled to Wilson. Jack trying to spin to his forehand. His clearing attempt hit Pelosi. Came up to the point for Johnson. His shot right to the belly of Trable, who holds. 10:01 left in the second. Shots on goal for the game, 28-8 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms 4 goals here in the period on 6 shots. USA 4 shots in the period. Draw to the right of Trable. Schneider to take the draw. But it was Youngstown with the face-off win. That was Logan Anderson. And the Phantoms get the clear. Winter sets it up for MacArthur. From the red line, he will drop it back to Sears into the zone. Chipped it around Berard to the left wing corner. First one there was Murphy. Left it for Berard. Brody up the wall, kept by MacArthur, but kicked it right to Anderson, who will carry ahead with Hesch. Hesch fires it wide of the cage. Comes around to the near side. Anderson took a body, couldn't work the puck any deeper. MacArthur will carry ahead with 42 seconds left on the power play. Schneider to the red line and the blue. Whipped it across off the ankle of Berard to roll into the right wing corner. Zemlichka fanned on the clearing attempt. Picked up by USA and fired up the middle, but split the point man, and down the ice it goes. Sasaki out to apply some forecheck pressure, and Winters played it maybe about a foot away from Sasaki's stick. A dangerous pass, but USA gets away with it. Back into the zone, Sears feeds it to the right wing corner. Schneider walks the goal line now, carries around to the left corner. 12 seconds left in the power play. Up to the point for MacArthur. Walks center point. High shot, hit a body in front. I think that might have been Salvador. And Phantoms clear it out to center. Now out of the box comes Cooper Simpson. Phantoms are 2 for 2 on the kill. Geiger ahead to Thibodeau and into the zone. Being watched by Tepley. Spins in the left corner. Feeds Boganecki, but it's off of his stick and back to the line. Kept there and fed into the right wing corner by Milojevic. Grabbed there by Berard. Brody to his spin. Ahead and banked it into the USA zone. Simpson. Toe drag. Lost it as he cut across the front. Puck up in the air and into the meshing. As Zemlichka came in and poked at it. Went straight up. And ended up hitting the net behind Winters. 8:12 left in the second media timeout. 5-0 Phantoms. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
That first game, that first jersey, that first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
.8:12 left in the second. Phantoms lead 5-0. Shots on goal for the game, 28-8 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms 4 goals here in the second period on 6 shots. USA 4 shots here in the middle frame so far. 11:48 elapsed time. Offensive zone draw for Youngstown to the left of Eli Winters. Ryan Rusinski, 99 points in his USHL career, going to take the draw against Cannon Thibodeau. Face-off controlled by Youngstown, playing in the corner. Rusinski has to duck around a dangerous hit by a couple of USA players, and it's Thibodeau to the puck, played ahead, looking for Salvador on the stretch pass, but out of his reach, and icing will be called on Team USA. 7:58 now left in the second period. Rusinski looking to be the 5th Phantom to score at least 100 points as a member of the club. Phantoms have had a couple of skaters in the past few years, I think at least 4, hit that 100-point plateau, but none of them have scored all of their career points with the Phantoms. As it's Adams to Simpson, turns, fires, redirected wide of the cage to Svitov, fired it off the post. Winters quickly over there to help keep that out as well. Rusinski to Houston, to Adams, to Rusinski. Rue, top of the right circle, still has it. Rusinski, sharp angle, tried to cut in front. It's behind him, crashing him as Houston. Never got a shot away. Into the corner for Rusinski. Chipped it behind the cage, worked it to Simpson. Puck battle there, forced to the right corner by Boganecki. Simpson watching him to Thibodeau, taken away by Simpson. Cooper up the wall, played it into a USA body, and then fed around to the left corner for Semetsis, up the wall, and out to center. Adams bumped it to Rusinski, played over to Simpson, then Svitov. Back behind him to Simpson, cut to the middle for Rusinski, a shot, but right to the belly of Winters, who holds. As Rusinski lets Boganecki know what he thought about the hit on Svitov. And Rusinski showing some blood from a check behind the cage to, I believe that's referee Sean Carruthers. Now, for a double minor, you can go to review on a high stick. And right now, Carruthers talking to one of our linesmen. What did you see? Now, Jane Brignoni over to check on it. And we're going to go to the monitor to see if Youngstown's going to get a double minor power play. 7:05 left of the second. Back with the deliberations on the other side of the timeout. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
You got so much to do. It's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day. 'Cause it's fun all over the state. So come on. Great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day. Put a little play in your day.
Your best source for everything hockey is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game.
McDavid for the net. Score!
Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else.
You guys have a helmet I could throw on for this?
The most NHL edge stats and advanced analytics and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. When it comes to following the NHL, don't settle for anything else. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
Discover Mahoning County and Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries,
To
and
Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
After reviewing the play, Christian Semetsis has been given 4 minutes for high sticking. And Youngstown will head to their second and third power plays of the game. Time of the penalty, 12:55. Faceoff will be to the right of Winters. Rusinski to take the draw against Horton. Puck still tied up there in a mess of skates, and Horton works it free. Up to Barch, and he will send it down the length of the ice. Off the corner boards, bounces to Trable this side of the net. Sets it up for Wilson. To Rusinski, drop behind him for Wilson, and across to Simpson. Cooper cuts up the middle of the ice and carries into the zone. Over to the near wall, feeds the line for Wilson. Back to Simpson, top of the circle, across. Was trying to feed Hextall, but off the stick of Barch and down the ice, and Kane Barch something to say to Cooper Simpson as he goes for the line change. 35 seconds gone on the power play for Youngstown. Wilson to Rusinski. Back to Wilson to head to the line for Jardine. Chipped ahead to Rusinski. Coming in. Shot. Where's with the save? He covers. A glorious look for Ryan Rusinski. Still looking for point number 100. 3:15 left in the power play. 6:20 left in the second. 5-0 Phantoms. Face off to the left of Winters. Rusinski to take the draw against Pelosi. Phantoms control the draw. Hextall up to the point for Wilson. Back over to Hextall into the bumper for Giardini. Redirected wide. Rusinski the rebound. Swept out the wall to Simpson, to Giardini, to Wilson at the line. Across the near side for Hextall. Back to the point for Wilson. Spinning pass behind him to Hextall. Toe drag. Side of the cage. Giardini in front. Rusinski 100 points in the USHL for the Phantoms captain Ryan Rusinski. His 20th goal of the season puts Youngstown ahead 6-0. Time of the goal, 14:02. Beautiful feed across the net mouth by Evan Giardini. And the puck was just sitting there on the goal line. And Rusinski slams it home. Again for point 100 in his USHL career. So Phantoms still get the full 2 minutes of the back half of that power play. Second power play unit on. Into the zone comes Sasaki to Tepley, bowled his way to the cage. Winters lost his glove on the play, and with no scoring chance imminent, the whistle blows. Face-off to the right of Winters. Zemlichka to take the draw, and he'll win that draw to McKinnon. Up to the line for Murphy. Fed down the wall to Sasaki. Back to the point for Murphy. Carter walks the blue line. Feeds Tepley. Now Sasaki, top of the left circle. Over to the wall, feeds Murphy at the point. Carter across Tepley. One-timer blocked by Boganecki. He'll grab the rebound but couldn't clear. Picked up by Zemlichka, who whips it right wide of the cage. Rebound to Sasaki. Sends it near point for Tepley. To Murphy. Back to Tepley. Mate fanned on his pass. It came to Boganecki, and he'll clear. 1:05 left in the power play for Youngstown. We'll get a couple of fresh bodies out here as Trable sets it up for Murphy. Carter out to center for Sasaki. Kaz into the zone. Fires around the wall to McKinnon near side. Malachi, 2 goals tonight. Up to the line for Murphy. To Simpson. Cooper. Shot. Scores! The extra point is up, and it is good. Cooper Simpson, his 22nd goal of the season, gives Youngstown a 7-0 lead. Time of the goal, 15:21. Cooper Simpson, the USHL's leading scorer for a reason. You give him time and space, he will make you pay. As this will be Simpson from Murphy and McKinnon. This may be a 4-point night from Malachi McKinnon as Youngstown controls the faceoff. Anderson chips it behind the cage. Winters plays it to left corner for Scott. Up the wall from Milojevic, couldn't clear, but Adams bobbled it at the blue line. Tried to fire ahead, hit a body, came down to Barch into the zone. Barch, left side, shot glove saved by Trable, rebound, pumped it wide of the net. Came up to the right point, kept by Geiger. Back down the wall, Schneider between the circles, toe drag, shot, ripped it wide of the cage. On the right side, Miller, down low for Houston. Cal spins off a check, worked it to Adams. Jackson back behind him to Houston behind the cage. Houston carries ahead. It's the USA line for Miller. He'll fire deep. Bounced over the stick of Winters and came up the near side. Zemlichka keeps at the wall. Sorry, that is Hesh. Battle for it along the near wall, top of the right circle. Zemlichka worked it free, came to the line for Houston. Cal will pump it deep to Orlowski. Had it taken away by Geiger, backhanded up the near side, kept to the line by Houston. Cal chipped it down the wall, but nobody in the right circle for Youngstown, and Geiger will fire it out to center off the linesman. It came back to Geiger, and now he will carry into the Youngstown end while USA changes behind the play. Geiger gave it up to Orlowski, and he will fire to center for Hesch. Lost the puck to Mazzoni and sent over to Horton. Horton into the zone, but lost the puck, and it swept back out to center by the Phantoms. Boganecki picked up the red line and worked it deep, trickled behind the cage. Trable will set it up for Adams. Zemlichka dropped it back into the corner for Adams. Back up that far wall, Zemlichka turns, banks it off the boards, and out to the neutral zone. Sasaki, his pass for Hesch intercepted. Youngstown forces USA back into the zone. However, a quick pass by Johnson. They're back through neutral already. Horton from the neutral zone on the cage, glove down by Trable. Sets it up for Wilson. Ahead to center, redirected into the zone by Jardine. No, not redirected in by Jardine. That will be icing on the Youngstown Phantoms. 2:27 left in the second period. Phantoms lead 7-0. Shots on goal for the game, 32-11 in favor of Youngstown. And here they put the graphic on the board congratulating Ryan Rusinski for his 100th point in the USHL. USA wins the draw. MacArthur fans on the shot, chipped out to center by the Phantoms. Jardine skating into it. Great defense by Semetsis to deny the pass to the cage, but Jardine still with it. He'll play it to the right corner. Berard pinching in on the play. Will battle against Pandolfo. Worked it to Hextall. Side of the cage. Jardine off of Winters, who made a nice save. Rebound to the corner. Pelosi up the wall. Hextall to the point for Berard. Walks to the middle. Berard between the circles. A shot blocked. Rebound carried ahead by USA. Pelosi. Into the zone, 3-on-2. Down the middle for Willis. Shot, save, Trable. Rebound in the middle. Wilson has his pocket pick. Fed to the side of the cage. Loose in front. Trable with the save, and the whistle blows. Don't know if the net was off its pegs. Yes, it is off its pegs. 1:44 left in the second. Maybe the best scoring chances that USA has had tonight. But Tobias Trable equal to the task. 1:44 left in the second. 7-0 Youngstown. Face off to the right of Trable, and it will be Rusinski to take the draw against Thibodeau. Thibodeau with a clean face-off win. Scott around to the right corner. First one there, however, is Murphy. Up the wall to Svitov. Alexander will get it as far as the red line, where it's picked up by Geiger. Back ahead to Thibodeau, and he will chip it into the left wing corner. Picked up by Murphy, carries around the cage to the far side. Banks it past Salvador, but couldn't find Simpson as it's cut off by Geiger. Phantoms take the puck away. They get it into the zone. They're onside. Rusinski played into the left wing corner to himself. Tangled up by Geiger as the puck rolls the right corner. Sears spins off of Simpson. Poked away by Rusinski in front to Svitov. Walks in front. What a leg save by Eli Winters as Svitov had him dead to rights, but the last moment, Winters throws out the right pad to deny Alexander Svitov. Sears ahead off a Youngstown stick and into the corner. Trable took a bump from Barch, but able to play it to the right corner. Murphy skating ahead, denied the red line. Milojevic drops back into his own zone. Pass ahead, Anderson knocked down his man, and skating ahead with the puck is Thompson. He took a bump, worked it over to Svitov, who pokes it deep. Johnson around the cage to the far side. Up the wall to Milojevic, to the line looking for Mazzoni. Phantoms keep it in the zone. Between the circles, Anderson whacks it high over the bar. Fed back in front, came to Anderson, or Miller rather, off a couple of pinballing sticks. Miller over to Houston. His shot redirected wide by Anderson. Left half wall now. Tepley down the boards, took a high elbow from Boganecki. Play continues. Puck came to the middle for Mazzoni. He'll chip it down the ice at the buzzer. Youngstown Phantoms put up 6 in the middle frame and lead Team USA 7-0. Shots on goal for the game, 34-13 in favor of Youngstown. 12 shots in the period for Youngstown and 9 for USA. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the second intermission report here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red, Price Heating and Cooling.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
You got so much to do. It's got you feeling blue. Put a little play in your day. 'Cause there's fun all over the state. So come on. Great games wait for you and me. The Ohio Lottery. Put a little play in your day. Put a little play in your day.
Think back to the beginning. That first game. That first jersey. That first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling. A feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
Western Reserve Radio is the home of the Youngstown Phantoms. Be sure to call 330-747-PUCK for ticket information or go to youngstownphantoms.com.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Give me water then. Back inside the Gavelli Center for the start of the second intermission report. At the end of 40 minutes to play, the Youngstown Phantoms lead Team USA by the score of 7-0. Shots on goal for the game, 34-13 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms outshoot Team USA 12-9 in that second period. Phantoms came in to the middle frame with a 1-0 lead, and then scored 3 goals in the opening 3:57. Those 3 goals came 39 seconds apart. At 3:18, Evan Jardine, his 13th of the season. Malachi McKinnon and Brody Berard with the assists. At 3:17, Malachi McKinnon, his 15th of the season. Evan Jardine and Brody Berard with the assists. At 3:57, Jack Wilson, his 8th of the season. Jack Hextall and Malachi McKinnon with the assists. For Jack, that is the 18th goal of his USHL career, which ties the Phantoms' record of 18 goals in a USHL career with Luke Osborne, who's currently skating for the University of Wisconsin. That mark was set last season. Then at 8:07, McKinnon, 2nd of the game and 16th of the season. Evan Jardine and Jack Wilson with the assists. At 14:02, Ryan Rusinski, his 20th goal of the season. Evan Jardine and Jack Hextall with the assists. And for Ryan with that goal. It was his 100th point in the USHL. Then at 15:22, it was Cooper Simpson, his 22nd of the season. Carter Murphy and Malachi McKinnon with the assists, a power play goal for Cooper. And Malachi McKinnon, a 5-point night for the Phantoms, who have not had a 5-point night in quite a while. Give me just a second to pull up my handy-dandy spreadsheet. Last 5-point game by a Youngstown Phantom was January the 27th, so almost 8 years to the date. January 27th, 2018 was Matt Berry against the Dubuque Fighting Saints, had 1 goal and 4 assists. So the first Phantom 5-point game in 8 years. Phantoms have never had a 6-point game. Phantoms on the power play are 2 for 3. Team USA is 0 for 2. Eli Winters has stopped 27 out of 34. Tobias Trabel has stopped 13 out of 13. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here for West Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Veterans. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving.
Go Phantoms and best wishes this season from KO Community and Economic Development Firm, specializing in grants for nonprofits, small business, and governments.
Fans, 50/50 raffle tickets for tonight's game are on sale now in the main concourse. Tickets are $1 each or 10 for $5. Head to the main entrance to get your tickets now.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Stay up to date on when and where the Phantoms play by following our social media platforms. Find us on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, and more.
Phantom fans, get ready to score big flavor. Annie Ann's is serving up hot hand-rolled happiness all season long. Whether you go classic salted or sweet cinnamon sugar, every pretzel is a power play. So when the final horn sounds, head to Annie Ann's at Southern Park Mall or Eastwood Mall and treat yourself to the snack that always wins an OT. Let's go, Phantoms!
Development isn't accidental, it's intentional. The USHL does it different, and the results show.
Score!
USHL.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Fans, become part of the Phantoms family to get special discounts, free parking, a reserved seat throughout the year, and more. To join the Phantoms family, call 330-747-7825 for more information.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center during the second intermission report. Phantoms lead Team USA 7-0. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. 3 minutes left in the second at Young Arena. The Waterloo Blackhawks lead the Tri-City Storm 2-1. End of the first period at the Stable. The U18s lead Cedar Rapids 2-1. Francisco and Martinook, the goals for the 18s. End of the first in Madison, and the Capitals lead the Steel 2-0. First intermission in Green Bay. The Lumberjacks and Gamblers are tied at 1 goal apiece. Sioux City leads Lincoln at the first break 1-0 at the Tyson Event Center. And Sioux Falls leads Dubuque 1-0 at the end of the first in Iowa. Over to the NHL scoreboard. Golden Knights lead the Maple Leafs 4-3 second intermission. Second intermission in Chicago. The Lightning and Blackhawks tied at a goal apiece. Same score between St. Louis and Dallas. Down in Texas, 9 p.m. Eastern puck drop between the Flyers and Avalanche, the Capitals and the Flames. A 10 p.m. puck drop between the Devils and Canucks. Over to the college hockey scoreboard. Bentley leads Princeton 3-1. 5 minutes left in the third. UConn leads Yale 3-2. Midway point of regulation. Canisius and Mercyhurst tied at 2. 5 minutes into the third. Robert Morris leads Holy Cross 4-1. Second intermission. RIT downs Niagara 4-2. St. Lawrence leads Clarkson 4-3. 3 minutes into the third. Harvard now leads Colgate 3-0, 5 minutes into the third. Dartmouth and Cornell tied at 1, 5 minutes into the third. Maine leads UMass Lowell 2-0, second intermission. Merrimack now leads Northeastern 2-1, 2 minutes into the third. Boston University and Providence tied at 2, 4 minutes into the third. UMass leads Vermont 3-0 at the second intermission. Boston College leads New Hampshire 3-2, second intermission. Western Michigan leads Minnesota Duluth in a battle of top 5 teams. That is at the first intermission. Colorado College and Omaha scoreless final minute of the first. Michigan State leads Minnesota 3-0, 3.5 minutes into the third. Ohio State leads Notre Dame 2-1, 90 seconds into the third. Wisconsin leads Penn State 2-0. A battle of top 7 teams. That game is at the first intermission, also in Madison. St. Thomas and Lake Superior State tied at 4, 2 minutes into the third. Michigan Tech leads Northern Michigan 7-0. And Bowling Green and Bemidji Skate are scoreless after 1. That'll do it for our out-of-town scoreboard and our second intermission report. We're going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout when we come back. Third period action between Team USA and the Youngstown Phantoms here for you on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Price Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated residential and commercial HVAC company proud to serve the Mahoning Valley since 1937.
As an award-winning Carrier Factory authorized dealer, Price Heating and Cooling exhibits the exceptional standards, knowledge, and service you deserve. Is your home ready for warmer weather? Call today to learn about our financing options with approved credit on new air conditioning systems. And all of our pricing is upfront with no hidden fees.
Turn to your experts in red, Price Heating and Cooling.
I'm Jarrett, owner of Pineapple POS. The same hardware that powers the Cavelli Center can power your business too, with free hardware, local service, and tools to eliminate your credit card processing fees. Visit pineapplepos.com.
Discover Mahoning County in Northeast Ohio, where charm meets adventure. Explore stunning parks, vibrant arts, and rich history. From the scenic trails of Mill Creek Park to lively downtown Youngstown, Mahoning County has it all. Tee off at award-winning golf courses, enjoy the waters of Lake Milton, and browse charming antique shops. Indulge in local cuisine, relax at wineries and breweries, and experience unforgettable year-round events. Whether you're here for a weekend getaway or a family vacation, Mahoning County welcomes you with open arms. Plan your visit today and create memories that will last a lifetime. Visit exploremahoning.com and start your adventure.
Adams Tree Preservation provides the highest quality residential, municipal, and commercial tree and plant health care services to the Mahoning Valley. Our team of certified arborists and licensed crane operators have been elevating tree care in the valley since 2013, using state-of-the-art industry equipment and practices. Contact us today for a no-charge estimate.
Veterans, the Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission is here to help you. Whether you served 5 years ago or 50 years ago, if you are honorably discharged from active military service, you may be eligible for benefits, including Veterans VA benefits, county financial assistance, assisted living benefits, and more. Our friendly and supportive staff is ready to help you. Go to mcveterans.org to see all of the benefits and services offered, or call today. The Mahoning County Veteran Service Commission, serving those who have served.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Welcome back to Western Reserve Radio's coverage of the Youngstown Phantoms. Now here's the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Welcome back inside the Cavelli Center for the start of the third period. Phantoms lead Team USA 7-0. Shots on goal for the game 34-13 in favor of Youngstown. Phantoms outshot Team USA 12-9 in the second period. Phantoms put up 6 goals in the middle frame. We have a 5-point night for Malachi McKinnon, 2 goals, 3 assists. First 5-point night for Phantoms since January the 27th, 2018, Matt Barry. Hung 1 goal and 4 assists on the Dubuque Fighting Saints. You can roll for initiative. Third period's underway as Anderson wins the draw. Orlowski bumps it back to Wilson. Up the near side for Miller, who got the party started tonight. Into the USA zone, Winner stops it behind the cage, throws it up the near side off of Pandolfo. Redirected back in front by Miller, but stopped off by the 17s. They'll get it back to center. Barch denied the line by Berard. Tried to play it back north as one of our linesmen goes tumbling. Everybody looks okay as play continues. Miller into the zone, but offside ahead of the play was Jesse Orlowski. 30 seconds into this third period, which is presented by Mercy Health. Shout out to friends of the show, Dan Conley and Sam Olmsted, both tuning in at home this evening. And frankly, it is frigid outside. I do not blame you for not wanting to make the trek to Cavelli this evening. Of course, Sam and Dan 2 of the 3 members of the Dump and Chase podcast, the unofficial fan podcast of the Youngstown Phantoms. Subscribe on your podcatcher of choice. I guarantee that you will be able to find the Dump and Chase podcast. Youngstown wins the neutral zone draw, fired into the zone by Murphy. Around to Sasaki, bumped it behind the cage, but cut off by Semetzes over into the left corner for Schneider. Faked left, went right, got it up the middle, but slid the puck ahead to neutral where it's grabbed by Murphy. Head to the line for Sasaki, bump behind him. Over to, I believe that was Hesh. USA got it back to center, but now it's Hesh back into the zone. Down the right side, behind him to Zemlichka. Zemlichka spins in the right corner, up to the line for Thompson. BT walks the blue line, toe drag around a man. That was Willis. Sent it through the slot over to Murphy. In front, Sasaki couldn't redirect it home. Came over to the near wall for Zemlichka. He'll fire it on the cage, redirected into Winters by Sasaki. And Winters will cover. And a crowd will be drawn in front, but linesmen in to quickly separate things. 1:18 left in this third period. Faceoff will stay in the offensive zone for Youngstown. They're going to drop the puck to the right of Winters. Rusinski to take the draw against Thibodeau. Rusinski wins the faceoff back to Adams. Down the wall to Simpson, bodied up by Johnson. McCooper still with possession in the left corner. Worked it up the wall. Rusinski tried to poke it to Adams at the point, but stolen by Mazzoni. He'll send it on net. Trable with the save. And played it ahead to Rusinski. Bumped ahead looking for Simpson. Svitov played it to the line. Rusinski kept it in, but then was stripped of the puck as he came to the left circle. USA back through center. Mazzoni chips it to the left wing corner. Houston got there first, spun off of Thibodeau and worked it to Adams. Jackson delays. Up to the red line for Svitov. Couldn't take it cleanly as it rolls down the ice to Bogan Ecke. Played it out to the neutral zone, but right to the stick of Cal Houston. D to Adams. Now in front, Rusinski to Simpson. One-timer. Hey! Shoots and scores. Cooper Simpson, his second goal of the game. And 23rd of the season. God save the Snowman. Youngstown leads 8-0. Time of the goal, 2:08. There's not much to break down on that one. Defense drawn to Rusinski as he came down. Simpson all alone in the slots. So it'll be Simpson from Rusinski and Svitov. As we are back to live action, puck pinballing around in front of the blue paint. Played to the line, kept in by Berard. Brody had it poked away from him by Jackman, but picked up at the red line by Wilson. Played back to the line, and into the zone is McKinnon. McKinnon worked it down the wall, but taken away by USA and back out to center. Whacked into the zone by Jackman. USA going to start a line change. Around the cage, Wilson up to the USA line for McKinnon. Tried to center, but broken up by the 17s. Fired back out to center. They were looking for Pelosi, but played away from him by McKinnon. Berard ripped down hard from behind by Pelosi, and Brody slow to get up as Bart centers. One-timer on the cage, popped up in the air and grabbed by Trable. Berard able to get to his feet, but that is an absolutely dangerous hit. Thrown by Pelosi on Brody Berard. Pelosi, little tap on the shin pads to Berard, checking to make sure he's okay, but still not a very good play there. Nice to see Brody get up. 16:53 left in the third. Anderson with the faceoff win to Murphy. To Miller, tried to fire across to Orlowski, hit a USA stick and redirected into the right wing corner. Orlowski got there, worked it up the wall to Miller, back down through Orlowski. It'll come to MacArthur. Up the wall to Barch. Tried to spin it behind him. Miller blocked the pass, and now it's kept in at the line by Anderson. Into the corner for Orlowski. Jesse turns, centers. Anderson, a one-timer. Pad save by Winters. Rebound poked in, they score! Sean Miller with his second of the game. And Youngstown leads 9-0. Time of the goal, 3:36. Great work by Orlowski. Got it to Anderson in the slot. His one-timer was kicked out by Winters. The rebound came right to Miller. And Sean able to put it home for his second of the game. So Miller from Anderson and Orlowski. As we are back to live action, Johnson plays it out to center. Across over to Salvador, denied the line by Thompson and played ahead to Sasaki. Kaz toward the cage, never got the shot away. Diving effort from behind by Johnson to block that shot. And now USA back through center. They'll come into the zone. Down the right side, it's Willis. His pass made it to Schneider. Trickled on the cage. Off the stick of Salvador. It was not a shot attempt, but Trable will throw the trapper on top of it with 15:46 left in this third period. Youngstown scoring at 9 for the first time since January 31st of last year, also against the U17s when they put up 10. Face-off won by Hesh to Murphy. Carter out to center, looking for Sasaki on the stretch pass. It wouldn't go. USA tangling things up just outside their line along the far wall. Worked free of the scrum by Hesh over to Adams. Jackson to Zemlichka, ducks around the check of Scott, but lost the puck, picked up behind the cage by Boganecki. Into the left corner, he's knocked off the biscuit by Hesh. Zemlichka comes in to grab it. Worked it down the wall to Hesh, came free of the scrum. Sasaki to Murphy. Shot! He scores! Get that cat off my chair. It's Carter Murphy with his 5th goal of the season. And Youngstown hangs a 10 spot on Eli Winters. 10-0 time of the goal, 4:46. USA controls the draw, and they'll force their way into the Youngstown end, dropping it back for Mazzoni. His shot wide of the cage, got the end wall, and Simpson will play it out to the red line for Rusinski. Across over to Simpson. Bomb to the left circle, fed it back in front, looking for Rusinski. It wouldn't go. Rue regathers, feeds the left point for Wilson. Flicks it intentionally wide of the cage. Svitov tried to play it back out the weak side. That wouldn't work as it's poked at by USA and out to center. Through the neutral zone came Jackman, but he was denied the line. USA has to touch up here as the puck is carried ahead by Berard. Nice to see Brody back out on the ice. Didn't even miss a shift after getting shaken up a few minutes ago as USA ices the puck, 14:32. Left in this third period. 10-0 Youngstown. They've put up 3 goals here in the opening 5:28. Face-off warning on USA's. They're going to drop the puck to the left of Winters. Phantoms control the draw. Svitov across the circles over to Tepley. Left half wall carries up to the point. Tried to trade it back to Svitov, but he's stripped of the puck, and USA will come back through center. Jackman into the zone. Chipped it over to the boards. Thompson got there, fed it up the wall to Svitov, who gloved it down, played it out to the neutral zone. Now drop back for Thompson. D to Tepley in his own zone. Back to Thompson. BT to the line for Simpson and into the zone. Cooper behind him to Thompson. Point to point over to Tepley. Middle of the ice, Orlowski. Fit it to the bottom of the right circle for Simpson. He fanned on the one-timer. Might have also been redirected before he got to him. Now Barch coming into the zone. Stripped to the puck by Tepley and Thompson. Great defensive play there by Youngstown despite Barch getting a man on his back hip. Here it's Thompson. Delayed at the red line, stripped to the puck by Pandolfo, ahead to Barch. Trying to stick handle, but Thompson stripped him. Loose change picked up by Miller. Sean in his own zone, played it over to Adams' far side. Up to the red line for Anderson and redirected into the zone, but right to USA's stick, and they'll carry ahead. In the zone comes Schneider down the left side. Dips his shoulder, spins in the left circle. Schneider carries to the top of that circle now. Uncovered between the dots. Tried to fire. Miller maybe got away with a hook as he came to the side of the cage. Barch's backhander was blocked by Houston, and Cal will carry that rebound to the far corner. Chip it ahead off of Orlowski, and a penalty behind the play. I don't know if it's on Barch or Houston. And it looks like it's going to be on Cal. Houston. Youngstown will go to the penalty kill as soon as they get the touch, which comes right there, and a cross-checking call coming to Cal Houston. Phantoms to the penalty kill on the other side of the break. 12:51 left in the third, 10-0 Phantoms. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
We now return you to Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack.
Cal Houston called for cross-checking. Third power play of the game for USA. As there's 12:51 left in the third. Phantoms win the draw, and Murphy will get the clear. Bounce it on the cage, and winners will just throw the trapper on top of it with Kaz Sasaki, rather. I don't know where my brain is tonight, but tongue-tied and wrong words all night. 6 seconds tick off the penalty clock. Offensive zone draw for Youngstown. Zemlichka to take the draw, and he will win that faceoff, but couldn't work it back to Murphy. USA will bump it behind the cage to Semetsis. Over to Schneider, who carries around the cage to the far side, gains the neutral zone, fakes the drop pass, and bumps it down the near wall. Stolen by Sasaki, couldn't clear. Good stick by Boganecki, who chips it into the corner for Schneider. Schneider, top of the left circle, still with it, now center point. Into the corner, for Sears, back up to the line for Boganecki. Left point, Semetsis. Center point, Boganecki. Stick handling will feed Semetsis once more. 1:10 left in the power play. Low shot by Semetsis, redirected wide by Barch, never got in to Trable, as here's a shot, a rebound, and a goal. First shot hit the post, second rebound came into the right circle, and that one was pumped home by Finnegan Sears. For Sears, his 8th goal of the season. USA breaks up the shutout. 10-1, time of the goal, 8:06. Now, 11 straight games with a power play goal in USHL play for the U17s. USA wins the draw, and Salvador will chip it into the left wing corner. Tepley got there first. Watched by a couple of USA skaters before he worked to Thompson up the far side for McKinnon, out to center for Hextall. Jack into the zone down the right side across. McKinnon to Jardine. Fanned on the shot between the circles. Loose change picked up by USA. They'll carry through center. Thibodeau stripped of the puck from behind. Loose change picked up by McKinnon. Shrugs off the stick check of Malloy. Veach stays in the zone, then fires ahead to the line for Jardine. Jardine across the top of the circles. Toe dragging a shot is blocked. Loose change picked up by Salvador, who played it to the left wing corner. Slow to get up after that shot block was Semetsis. Trying to stay out there in the play and slashed Jardine as he went by, as USA gained the red line and worked it deep. USA gets the line change. Thompson head to the USA line to McKinnon, bumped it behind him to Hextall. Jack knocked down as he cut across the top of the circles, puck out to center, and poked into the zone by Horton, but sent right back out to the neutral zone by Adams. To Hextall to Jardine and into the zone 1-on-4. Behind him to Adams. Jackson trying to walk down the far wall, couldn't do it, was stripped of the puck by Pelosi. And USA will come back through center. Pelosi regathers and chips it to the left wing corner. First one there, Geiger. To Pelosi. Around the cage, never got a shot away. He'll send it to the right point. Shot from there goes wide. Rebound picked up by Anderson along the far wall. Bumped ahead, was looking for Miller at the USA line, but the pass bounced down to Team USA. They'll get it back out to center. And Horton stripped to the puck at the red line by Miller. Miller into the zone between the circles. Orlowski fanned on the shot. Jesse got to his own rebound, then knocked down by Horton. Got back up, still has the puck. Orlowski comes near side, feeds the left point for Adams. He'll pump it toward the cage, but miss it wide. Simpson looking for the rebound, but couldn't keep it in the zone. Played out to center. Willis was leaking behind the defense. Great work by Jackson Adams to break up the pass. Sent ahead to Simpson into the zone, 1-on-2. Puck poked away from him to the right wing corner. Pandolfo behind the cage to Scott, taken away from him by Rusinski. He'll come near side and work it to Svitov. Fought through a check and got it to Simpson. Cooper side of the cage, got a spinning shot away, but Winters tight to the post, makes the save. Rebound to Geiger. Turns and feeds it over to Scott, who stripped of the puck by Rusinski. Tried to play it to the point to Berard. And Brody had to pinch to keep that play alive, but the puck pinballs the USA. They'll play it back out to the neutral zone. Touch back ahead by Rusinski, but right to Scott, who gains the red line. Couldn't get into the zone, denied the line by Rusinski, but couldn't corral the puck, and this time it is fired in by Scott. Trable sets it up behind the cage for Murphy with 8:50 left in the third period. Phantoms lead 10-1. Stretch pass for Simpson, stolen at the red line. USA back on the attack. Denied the line was Jackman. They touch up and they bring it back in. Murphy tangled up with a man. They both lose their footing as the puck rolls into the corner. Schneider bodied up by Murphy, lost the puck. It trickles behind the cage where it's grabbed by Berard. Brody to the left corner of his own zone. Spins away from Schneider. Played it through the blue paint. Rolling puck, but made it to Murphy. Penalty upcoming on USA as Murphy carries ahead with 8:10 left in the period. Murphy across the red line, fed Hextall. Jack into the zone, ducked around a check, fed Berard. Into the corner for Hextall. Jack up the near wall, trying to cut through, and there's a touch by USA. And Youngstown will head to the power play on the other side of the media timeout. 7:56 left in the third. Phantoms lead 10-1. You're listening to Youngstown Phantoms Hockey on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Sports. High sticking call on Jake Boganecki. Phantoms to their fourth power play of the fourth power play of the game. 2 for 3 so far. Power play goals belonging to Ryan Rusinski and Cooper Simpson. Second power play unit to start. Faceoff will be to the right of Winters. who stopped 31 out of 41 here tonight. Hesh wins the draw to Orlowski. Up to the point to Berard. Over to Hesh, back to Berard. Brody back to Hesh near half wall. Back to the line, and now Berard center point. Got a shot away, was blocked up high by USA's stick. Rebound into the corner, poked at by the Phantoms. And Zemlichka couldn't connect a pass to Berard at the point, and USA will get it clear. Berard back forward around the cage to the near side. Up to Orlowski, who carries into the zone. Jesse, right corner. Send it over to the left corner to Hesh, to Zemlichka. To Orlowski. Zemlichka, now Orlowski, now Hesh. Left half wall. Center point, Berard. And then down the right side to Adams. Back to Berard at the point. His shot redirected by Zemlichka. Saved by Winters. Rebound could not be cleared. Kept at the line by Berard. Brody in the left circle. Tried to cut to the middle. Lost the puck. USA with a clear. They'll bounce it down the ice on Treble. He'll make a stick save into the corner. And Phantoms will change up the power play unit. 40 seconds left on the advantage for Youngstown. 6:35 left in the third. Youngstown with the 10-1 lead. Sean Miller, a pair of goals tonight, carries into the zone. Cuts across the top of the circle, drops it behind him to Svitov. Gives it back to Miller. Sean, left circle. Back to the point for Svitov. And now center point for Houston. Cal walks the blue line. Feeds it over to Svitov. Toe drag, shot, Winters, save. Rebound picked up by Braden Thompson. Back to the line for Houston. Cal eyes the cage, feeds it back to BT. Thompson. Right corner, 5 seconds left in the power play. Center point, Houston. Cal, down the wall. Fed it in front, saved by Winters. Rebounds there. Anderson fired it off the pad of Winters into the left corner as USA is back to full strength. Svitov in the left corner, spins away from Boganecki. Then stripped to the puck. Miller kept the zone, fed it down the wall, but through the legs of Anderson. Will trickle over to the right corner where it's grabbed by Johnson. Fed up the middle to Boganecki and into the zone. Was looking Pelosi, but lost the puck as he came into the zone as Boganecki throws a couple of shots at Thompson. Another penalty on the play. That one's going to be for roughing as McKinnon. Shot! Hat trick! Take your hat off inside my house, Malachi McKinnon. His third goal of the game. 17th goal of the season, 6th point of the night. And Youngstown leads 11-1. Time of the goal, 14:36. Second hat trick of the season for Youngstown. So on the delayed penalty, Phantoms will not get the power play. As our linesmen work on cleaning up the hats on the ice. Hextall to take the draw against Barch as we prepare to get back to action. USA with the face-off win. They'll play it into the Phantom zone. Treble stops it behind the cage, sends it around the glass to the far side. Picked up by McKinnon, fed over to Tepley. Ahead to Hextall. Taken to the boards by MacArthur, but Jack still with the puck. Forced back out to center, it's Tepley. D-to-D, far side for Murphy. Played back to the line for Hextall. Into the middle for Jardine. He scores! Evan Jardine, his second of the game, puts Youngstown ahead 12-1. Time of the goal, 15:05. I am fairly certain that someone has poisoned the water hole. As Youngstown shooting at little better than 25% here this evening. Off the faceoff, Orlowski got stood up legally as he entered the zone, and USA back through center. Into the attacking end, Thibodeau behind him to Mazzoni. Bump back toward the point, but Orlowski's there. He'll play it to center. Fired back in by USA on net. Trable will play it over the near wall for Adams. Floated out to center for Miller, glove down, and carried into the USA end. He will chip it into the left wing corner. Round to the right side. USA will force it out to center, but couldn't get past the red line. Nice stick by Sean Miller. Came back to Wilson. Played back to the USA line looking for Anderson, but taken away by the 17s. That's Boganecki. D to D and then out to the red line. Jackman will fire into the Phantoms' end. Trable stopped it behind the cage, send it back up the far wall to Orlowski, carried to center, and lifted into the USA zone. Glove down by Geiger and sent over to the near wall. Now back out to center for Thibodeau. Back across, but the pass was behind Johnson. He'll drop it back for Geiger and then get it back. Played ahead was looking for Schneider. No icing here as Wilson maybe could have touched it right before the goal line, but I also think our linesmen maybe want to keep this thing moving. Off of Zemlichka and out to center. Picked up by Schneider, retreating into his own end. Dropped back for the D, then fired out to center off of Sears, who has the USA goal tonight, but sent right back in by Hesch. Geiger behind him to Johnson and around the wall over to Sears, but couldn't take the pass cleanly. It's picked up by Sasaki. Kaz around the cage on his backhand, feeds the left point for Tepley. Works it back down low. Will come behind the cage, looking for Zemlichka, who's tangled up well and good by Geiger. A little extra shot there by Geiger, maybe across the line, but play continues. Geiger now, a couple of cross checks on Zemlichka, who now has the puck. Up the wall to Thompson. Toe drag shot right to the chest of Winters, who holds. 2:48 left in this one. Phantoms lead 12-1. Was 1-0 Youngstown at the end of the first period. Phantoms put up 6 in the middle frame and have added 5 here in the third. Jack Wilson has tied Luke Osborne's mark for goals by a Phantoms defenseman with his second period marker. Ryan Rusinski's goal is here. Rue wins the faceoff and gets a shot away as he stepped forward. Stick saved by Winters. And Rusinski, as I was saying, with his power play goal in the second period, scored his 100th point in the USHL as Rusinski takes exception to a check from Scott. I think Rue might be getting a slashing call here as the USA penalty box is open. Scott's being pushed into it. And the linesman in to try to separate things as most everybody has a partner here. See MacArthur down there. Alexander Svitov. Looks like his night might be over. Also heading to the locker room. Believe that was 45, Broden MacArthur. I get a thumbs up from my son. Thank you, John. Carson Scott is currently, was standing in the USA penalty box. Now he's walking out. Now he's being sent back to the box. I mean, frankly, he should be. He's the one that started all of this. I'm a little surprised Ryan Rusinski isn't in the penalty box unless he was sent to the locker room and I didn't see it. Phantom penalty box door remaining shut. Well, yeah, but still trying to get this one sorted out. I think I saw Stuart Carruthers signal 5-on-5. But now they put a penalty to Carson Scott up on the board, so maybe Youngstown will get a power play out of all this. Time of the infractions, 17-25. So I imagine Svitov and MacArthur will get matching, maybe roughing and misconducts. And Carson Scott, I thought I saw an elbow indicator. As we are back to action, USA wins the draw and does just get it out to center. Berard all the way back into his own end. Carries to the red line and into the USA end. Berard at the half wall, lost the puck, and it slips out to center. Trable hustling up to the top of the circles to play it out to the red line for Orlowski. Jesse carries into the zone, tried to cut to the middle. Stripped of the puck, played to the line, kept by Berard. Brody left half wall. And now back to the blue line, cross point over to Adams. Jackson, top of the right circle, center point for Berard. Brody turns, fires over the crossbar, off the end glass, came to Hesh near side. To Miller, across over to Adams. Jackson has it bounce into the right wing corner and then bounces it behind the cage to Orlowski. Jesse comes near side and trades it off to Hesh. Center point for Berard. Brody has the puck roll on him, but able to keep it in the zone off of Willis to Hesh. Thought about the shot, then he will take it, but that was blocked to the end wall, picked up by Miller. Sean, left circle, center point for Berard. Brody eyes the cage, plays it across, near side, kept by Hesh. Turns and fires to the right wing corner. Adams there. 35 seconds left in the power play as Adams turns it over. USA gets a clear. 30 seconds left here in the power play. Another power play unit going to cycle on for Youngstown as they're just looking to kill clock here with less than 60 seconds remaining in the game. Thompson into the zone, pulls up at the right half wall. Center point for Templey. Mate over to the top of the left circle for Sasaki. Center point for Templey. Right circle, Thompson was about to pull the trigger. Puck rolled on him. 5 seconds left in the power play. Up to the line for Tepley. To Thompson. Toe drag shot. Winners the save. Rebound is loose. Played off the back of Thompson. Stays in the zone as Scott is out of the box. Left circle, Zemlichka below the goal for Anderson. Logan comes far side with 25 seconds left in the game. Anderson to Zemlichka. Around the cage. Took a bump from Geiger as he fed it up to line for Thompson, but Braden couldn't take the pass cleanly. Stolen by USA and played down the ice by Salvador. Into the corner, Trable will send it up the wall to Tepley with 8 seconds left in tonight's game. Tepley carries to the red line, into the zone between the circles, ripped the shot to the glove of Winters, who sets it down. Ladies and gentlemen, the Covelli Center is closed for business this evening. Youngstown wins 12-1. Final shots on goal for the game, 47-21 in favor of Youngstown Phantoms with 13 shots in the period. USA with 9. We will keep it right here for the post-game show. Phantoms open the scoring at 13:06 of the first period. Sean Miller, his second of the year. Jakob Hesch and Jack Wilson with the assist. 1-0 Phantoms at the end of the first. 3:18 of the second, Evan Jardine, his 13th of the season. Malachi McKinnon and Brody Berard with the assist. 3:27 of the second period, so 9 seconds later, Malachi McKinnon, his 15th of the season. Jardine and Berard with the assists. 30 seconds later at 3:57, Jack Wilson, his 8th of the season. Jack Hextall and McKinnon with the assists. At 8:07, Malachi McKinnon, his 16th of the season, second of the game. Jardine and Wilson with the assists. At 14:02, Ryan Rusinski, a power play goal, 20th goal of the season. Jardine and Hextall with the assist. 100th point in the USHL for Rusinski. At 15:21, Cooper Simpson, a power play goal, his 22nd goal of the season. Carter Murphy and McKinnon with the assist. 7-0 Youngstown at the end of the second period. 2:08 of the third, Cooper Simpson, his second of the game. Ryan Rusinski and Alexander Svitov with the assists. At 3:36, Sean Miller, his second of the game. Logan Anderson and Jesse Orlowski with the assists. At 4:46, Carter Murphy, his 5th of the season. Kazimo Sasaki and Jakob Hesch with the assist. USA gets on the board with a power play goal at 8:06. Finnegan Sears, his 8th of the season. Christian Semetsis and Jake Boganecki with the assists. At 14:36, Malachi McKinnon completes the hat trick, 17th goal of the season, 3rd of the game. Mate Tepley with the assist. At 15:05, Evan Jardine, his 2nd of the game, 14th of the season. Jack Hextall and Carter Murphy with the assists. And that is how we got to our 12-1 final. Tobias Trebel gets the win. His league leading 20th. He stopped 20 out of 21. Eli Winters takes the loss. He stopped 35 out of 47. USA Power Play was 1 for 3. Youngstown Power Play was 2 for 6. These two teams are going to be at it again here tomorrow at the Covelli Center. Puck drops at 6:05. Come join us before all of the snow from Winter Storm Fern comes and visits northeastern Ohio. If you don't feel like braving the cold and the snow, you can tune in to the broadcast. Pregame show starts at 5:45 here on Western Reserve Radio and Flow Hockey. But again, if you want to come out to the game, great seats still available. Call the Phantoms box office for tickets or more information, 330-747-PUCK. That is 330-747-7825. For my engineers, Dave Ferris and Jim Craven. For Brendan Miller, keeping things up to date for you on social media, and for our supervisor, my son, Jonathan. My name is Matt Lipsack, the voice of the Youngstown Phantoms. Thank you for tuning in tonight, everybody. One more time, your final score, Youngstown 12 and Team USA 1. We will catch you here at the Covelli Center tomorrow night. Sound out. Fade to black.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of the iMedia One Network, and we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.